The Hope Café is a peer-led project based in Lanarkshire which aims to promote positive mental health. The cafe provides an opportunity for customers to get involved in activities which can support positive mental health within a social setting. Cafe volunteers and customers also work to raise awareness of mental health and to raise funds for the cafe through their signature pop-up depressed cake shops. In this short film, we'll find out more about the cafe and the difference it makes to the people who are involved. Donna Barrowman is the founder and manager of the Hope Café.
I spent the last year and a half working in acute inpatient mental health wards in Lanarkshire, and I noticed something that I already knew from my own experiences of mental ill health in my 20s, which was that there was two things that became really apparent. One was that there was a lot of people like myself who were not involved in mental health services but were struggling to manage their mental health and well-being, and were falling through different gaps in services and not quite knowing where to go or what was available to them. And the other thing that I noticed was that time and time again, the thing that made the biggest difference to people was affording people time and opportunities to talk and to be listened to, and to find something that gives them hope to move forward and to recover from their mental health challenges. So I decided that I wanted to create a place where people could come and feel that there were people available to talk and to listen, and also to encourage people to engage with activities which may give them a more positive sense of mental health and well-being, and also give them hope that things could be different from what they were. One question we always get asked is, do you need to have a mental health problem to come to the Hope Café? And the answer to that is absolutely not. We're about promoting and supporting positive mental health and well-being in Lanarkshire. Our customers range from young people, 16, right up to people in their 60s and 70s. Some people are experiencing challenges to their mental health, but other people are coming along because they're carers of people who are living with mental health problems, and other people come along because they just enjoy the environment and the company, and they want to engage in activities that are proven to support a positive sense of mental health and well-being. I think that slowly but surely people are starting to realise that prevention is better than cure, and that if they can actually start to think about their mental health in terms of something that they need to look after, then hopefully it doesn't come to the stage where it becomes mental ill health or mental illness.
Grant is a volunteer who is keen to get involved with the Hope Café because of its focus on promoting positive mental health and in responding to people who have experienced mental illness.
But yeah, you see the people around, everybody's having a laugh or a joke, and again they can access, say, more immediate help if they need it.
And do you think that being part of the cafe makes a difference to the people who come along?
Oh, undoubtedly. Yeah, because you're a part of something. Whereas all too often, my experience anyway, you're sort of left to your own devices as far as help goes. I mean, I've been sectioned 3 times, all when I was in England, but again, you get released from the hospital and you get home and you're just sitting, what do I do now? The people, and it's a shame to hear the same story. It's all too common, people are back into the community, but there's no support network for them. Whereas in here, we've got the peer-to-peer support. So we've all been through a bit of something in our life, and I'm sure most folk can identify with even a wee piece and they think, oh, I'll have a chat with them, or just being in the same company as people that are like-minded does the trick.
Jane is a regular cafe customer. She first heard about the cafe from a support worker and has been coming every week since the cafe opened.
What makes me come along? The people that are here, I don't feel judged. I feel comfortable. Everybody's so friendly, and I just feel at home when I'm here. I get a lot out of coming here.
And what sort of things do you get?
It's helped me with my confidence, my self-esteem. If I'm having a bad day, I've always got the support of others in here, and there's also lots of information, leaflets, booklets, if I needed maybe someone else to talk to. If Donna was busy, I could go through the booklets and make my own contact.
And what sort of, do you take part in any of the activities that they have?
Yeah, I do. I did a cake decorating course, so I started from scratch. I made my rosebuds, so it was like a kind of bottom layer of a wedding cake, and I built it up, and you write on it like 3 things, you know, what makes, what does that cake mean to me and coming to the place? Happiness, hope and friendship. And also I've helped make some decorate cakes for the Depressed Cake Shop, and I've took part in the jewellery making classes, which was fun, and it's nice to see them today because they're on sale today, so that makes me feel that I can achieve something.
And I know that you've got to know some of the other people come to the cafe quite well because a lot of people come in
Yes.
regularly. Do you see changes in the other people that come along?
Yes, I see changes in their low moods. When they're in here, they can sit and talk about things maybe if it's bothering them, you know, and it's always good to talk because there's always someone in here that's maybe been in that position, and a little bit of advice and a little bit of compassion sometimes is just good enough to walk back out that door and make your day feel good.
Scott originally came to the cafe as a customer, but now attends as a volunteer.
I have been attending the cafe for now about 7-8 months now. I heard the cafe, my mum, she attended the cafe first, and she told me about the cafe and that. I suffer ADHD, emotional personality disorder, I suffer depression, anxiety. So my mum said, I'll take you in and see what happens. So I went in for the first day. First day I came in, I walked through the doors, and for walking in, for me, not feeling judged, feeling comfortable in the first 15 seconds, and everybody's just doing their own thing. So when I came in, I met everybody was lovely, I could relate to everybody. Most of them's been here, been through mental health themselves. So the first couple of weeks I started attending as a customer. Basically I was getting the free therapies, I was getting loads of information about different workshops, different therapies, different counselling. So that went on for a few weeks. I've been now working 3 months maybe as a volunteer, 3 months as a volunteer, and my life's just changed altogether. Basically, before I was staying night, I was up and down. It's like I was on a roller coaster. My moods was up and down, my independence, just my life skills was all over the place. And now my mental health's stable. I'm engaged in the services. I'm coming to the cafe every Wednesday. I'm working in the cafe bit. I'm talking to customers and showing them where the support is. Because when I first came to the cafe, I got the support of different mental health services and stuff, which I was referred to before, but I've recently went back to, like I'm working with adult mental health, Lanarkshire Drug and Alcohol Services, and I worked with Meridian for a few years, finished Meridian, and now I'm thinking about referring myself back because I know my mental health's stable, but I still feel as if I need some more support. So basically, for attending the cafe and then going through attending to volunteer in the cafe, my mental health's got more stable. I can sit and I can speak about it better. I feel comfortable speaking about it better. So yeah, the Hope Cafe's basically changed my life.
And do you think it was the cafe itself that helped to make that change? Were you working
It's coming into an environment where there's people that don't judge you. They tell you a bit about themselves first. They speak to you by their first name, so they make you feel comfortable. And that's the whole key, I think, for especially people with mental health, because the most common things feeling anxious, nervous, and like feeling disconnected from people. So coming in here and having that connection with everybody and feeling important and feeling like as if you're number one and you do count and whatever you say does count. It's that kind of, it's just basically having that relationship with the people in the cafe. That's what's basically got me to where I am today.
Gordon also volunteers at the cafe. A keen walker, he trained as a walk leader with the Paths for All organisation and now supports cafe customers who wish to increase their physical activity.
Today we're doing a walk, it takes 45 minutes.
Great.
So I'll get another walk, it will take about an hour. So as we'll do it in stages. When we did the Paths for All, the things that they said was if they're walking and they sound like they're out of breath or they can't talk too well, that means you're pushing them too hard. It's not a race sort of thing. Take it a nice leisure, a leisure space, you know. And another chap had it was depression, but he's actually gone out since we're doing the walks. He's actually gone out and doing 5-hour walks, would you believe, today. So there's 2 or 3 people that's doing various things. Some people just come along for the walk, the half-hour walk each Wednesday. But today we can't really do the walk because of the weather. But this is the first time since we started in the past 6 months that we've actually had to call it off because of the weather. But these things happen, you know. But we've had a lot of good feedback, you know, a lot of good. The first night they walk, they wouldn't really talk too well, but today they talk away. And I said, "Do you enjoy the walk? How's the muscles? Are you okay? Do you feel we're pushing you too hard?" I said, "No, we're too busy talking. We didn't actually realise." They're kind of been sitting down for a wee while and they're relaxed, you know. They forget about, you know, how's the muscles, how's the legs, is it sore, is it too much for you? So they keep talking away one another and they forget about that. But that's understandable, you know.
Sounds like you're seeing a bit of progress in people as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, a lot of good progress. There's one lady who had to walk really slow for her, but today she's starting to speed up a wee bit more. She was always behind. If we're walking up a hill, for instance, there are a few hills in Lanark, we had to stop 2 or 3 times to wait till she caught up with us. But today, last week, she kept there. She was right there beside us all the way. She was out of puff, but she wasn't. She could breathe and she could talk, but she managed to walk. You know, and it was really good to see that. You know, it was really good.
Heather first heard about the cafe through an occupational therapist. Here she tells us why she's a regular customer.
Basically, you can sit and talk and just have a general chat, or if someone's just having a rough day, they can sit down and talk to you, and you can just sit and talk to each other, and sometimes that's just enough to make them feel a little better. We exchange numbers, we keep in touch with each other, we bond friendships, we learn about different techniques that are coming up through Donna, by courses coming up that Donna would like to get us involved in to try and help ourselves get better and develop strategies to cope with mental health problems.
What sort of difference has the cafe made to you?
It's made a big difference to me because I went through a period of psychosis where I was quite severely ill, and coming to the Hope Café and starting to meet people that I was in hospital with, but also as well as that I'm getting to meet other people that are in the same similar situations as myself, and we're able just to have a general chit chat and exchange ideas. And someone asked me something the other week ago there. I looked up the internet for them and got information for them on what they were looking for, so that gave them a wee bit of hope.
Yeah, so you're getting something from the cafe, but you're also giving something.
Definitely. I feel that I've been given a lot to me through when I was dealing with my mental health problems, and now I feel I want to give back and want to help others recover as well.
Heather's husband and carer, Jim, is also a regular visitor to the cafe, where he can spend time with other customers and get involved in the activities.
He loves it, absolutely loves it. He'd do anything, you know, at the end of the actual, at 2 o'clock, he helps put the tables away. He also gets involved in the therapies. He's had a few Reiki healings, which he enjoys. I think he enjoys it because it's given him time out as well as me time out. You know, he can go and get a healing and I can sit with other people. So he's getting his bit of care as well as myself.
So what's next for the Hope Café?
We have finally managed to secure a new premises, which will help us to go even more towards our goal of taking discussions about mental health right into a high street setting. We're going to be moving into a new premises in February, which will enable us to really create the hopeful environment that we want to. We have managed to create here, but we want to take that a step further. It'll also enable us to offer more of our volunteering placements for people who are on their own recovery journeys from mental ill health, because that's something that we very much value. All of our volunteers have that valuable lived experience, because we know that the peer support that happens is incredibly powerful. And I suppose in the future we hope to build upon the relationships that we've got with the local authority and with the NHS, because we know from the feedback that the staff are telling us, and we know from the feedback that our customers are telling us, that we are really helping to fill a gap in mental health services in Lanarkshire. We based our model on the Chime model of recovery in terms of the mental health, which is very much about people becoming connected, feeling hopeful, feeling that they have a meaning and purpose, and we are seeing that happen every single week. And I think one of the other things that we wanted to do was to normalise mental health and to normalise mental illness, and to allow people to see that it's all right to talk about things if you're struggling. And one of the things that we didn't expect to happen, but we were prepared for if it did happen, has been that within the cafe we've completed 5 suicide interventions over the last 9 months, which for me is tremendous, because I know then that we're creating an environment where people feel safe and able to talk about such a difficult subject, but they know that they can talk about it safely here. And I'm delighted to say that those people are now, they weren't in contact with services, they are now in contact with various services, and they're all still alive. So for me, we gave those people hope, and that's what we're here to do.